Let's get to the show, man. Topic one today. You want to guess what it is?
I'm gonna say for some reason I feel like you want to guess the points per game for a team.
How'd you know?
Wait, for it, like go through a team's roster and
I
like put their
told you
points
this
per game.
one. This was supposed to be topic two, but now it's topic one. We can start with it. This might become a series. This was something people asked us to do in the Discord a while ago, and I just like quickly threw some numbers out. But now we've put real thought into this. So we're gonna take Purdue as our guinea pig here. We're gonna just try this out with Purdue and see if we like this as a segment. And if we do like it as a segment, we'll do other teams in the next couple weeks. So starting with Purdue. I want to give points per game projections for every single player on Purdue. You and I have not compared notes. We both have numbers. We will average the two numbers together, and that's the number we will actually go with here. So last season, I believe Purdue scored what, just over 80 points a game? Last
Yeah,
season, Purdue scored
82, right?
82.3 points a game. So we would, on paper, project Purdue's team to score a little less than that this year, although with per game stats, there's some guys like 10th on the list that aren't going to be in the every game rotation. So if these add up to like 85, that's on par with what I think Purdue could score this year, and it'll probably net in like the high 70s, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So first off, I have 10 players. I didn't go beyond the top 10 because I don't think there will be more than 10 players in the every game rotation. Is that same with you?
I might be missing a player. I got Harris, Jacobson, First, Cox, Colvin, Heidi, TKR, Lawyer, Braden Smith. Who am I missing?
Will Berg.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Will
you said
Berg.
thought you said guys that matter.
All right. Add Will Berg and throw a number down there. We'll add this up together. Okay. I'm excited for this. Do you want to start at the top of the list and work down?
Sure. Let's like how do you going off like the roster or just name players?
Oh, I assume we have the same leading scorer on Purdue. I assume it's Braden Smith, correct?
Yes.
What's your number for Braden Smith points per game next year? Last season, he was at 12.0 points a game. That was obviously with Zach Edey. We would expect a jump.
Yeah, I have him at 25.
No, you don't.
I'm kidding, Gregory. I have him
I
at
was
18 points a game.
I was gonna get so mad. Did you not do decimals?
No.
Rookie score. I hate that out of you. Okay. You have 18 points a game for Braden. I have 16.2 points for Braden, which means the actual number for Braden is 17.1. We say we're not a math podcast. For this segment, we have to be a math show. So I'm going to do my best with the calculator app out. 17 points a game for Braden. Do we actually think that's real?
I think that's
You
low end for
do.
him. I
You have
think
it at 18. Like you think that's possible?
yeah, I do. I think it very much is possible. I think that they're going to be asked more of him to score. And, with Zach Edey leaving, I think there's going to be more opportunities for him to be aggressive and him to look for his own shot.
Is that first team All American if he has 18 points a game? Because like what do the assists look like with that?
Like 18 and 7.
18 and 7 would be like best guard in the country, right?
Yes.
And you're banking on that.
Yes.
I'm with that. I'm in. I have lower points. I think a reasonable jump for Braden this year would be from 12 to 16. And I think the assists stay high. I think I'm higher on his assists. If we were doing assists per game, I think I'd be in the 8-9 range. People think his passing is going to go down. I don't think it is. I think he's going to shoot more and just be asked to create for others the same amount, if not more. So, okay, 17.1 for Braden. Second leading scorer, I also assume is the same. I have Trey Kaufman-Renn.
Yes.
What's your number for TKR?
Actually, no, sorry. He's not my second.
He's not. Who is your second?
No. My second is Cam Heidi.
Wow, we are really split on this. Cam Heidi's fourth on my list. What's your number for Cam Heidi?
13 points a game.
13 points a game for Cam Heidi. That feels so high to me. I have Cam Heidi as the fourth leading scorer on this team, and I have him at 10.5 points a game. Add it together, that's 11.8. 11.8 points per game for Cam Heidi. That still feels really high to me, though, Cart. He was like on this USA team in the summer, he wasn't really scoring a lot.
Yeah, he was. He wasn't playing with Braden Smith either, though.
So you think he's just going to be wide open all the time?
I think that there's going to be, as long as he can knock down shots, if he's good for 2 threes a game, I think that's like an easy 6, given and someone's going to have to score the basketball, get out in transition for a couple, get to the line. I think he can get to that number. Like Lance Jones last year averaged 11.
Okay. I shouldn't have assumed we'd be so aligned on this. You having Cam Heidi as the second leading scorer on this team shocks me.
There's not much difference between like second, third, and fourth on my list, though.
Okay, where's well, let's just keep going down your list. Who's third?
Third is TKR.
Okay, I had TKR second. What's your number for TKR?
I also had TKR at 13 points.
Okay. I this is the first one I'm higher on than you. I have TKR at 14.5 points a game. So add this together, that gets TKR to 13.8. So he now overtakes Cam Heidi. We have Braden at 17.1, TKR at 13.8, Cam Heidi at 11.8. Look, I don't think TKR is going to be stellar. I don't think he's going to be best big in the country. Again, there are some people in the Purdue channel talking about like there is a world he's the best big in America this year. No, there's not. There's not. Like
Not one. Not
there's
one.
just not a world. There's
Not
not
a
a
chance.
world. He can be very, very good, but let's not comp him favorably to guys like Caleb Swanigan and Travion Williams yet. Like he's the leap would be to get like in their stratosphere.
Or like, Hunter Dickinson's still a part of and Janai Broom,
Yeah.
Ryan Kalkbrenner. Like he's not on that level. That's
and
fine.
also the signs that like, oh, early practice, TKR spending all his time at the 4 do not indicate that he's the best big in the country. Because if he was, he'd probably be the 5 on this team and you'd surround him with shooting and feature him. If he's playing the 4, he's playing next to a true big again. So I don't see how there's a massive scoring leap with that. But to me, I do think 14.5 can happen because I think he will be featured as the low post scorer. And if you're the featured low post scorer on Purdue, you're going to be really productive, right? Like when's the last time they haven't had a center in like 13, 14 range?
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's going to happen. So 13.8 feels like a good landing spot, maybe a little conservative. But if he's 13.8, like 7, that's probably like a second or third team All Big Ten player.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so fourth on the list, I think we both have Fletcher Loyer.
We do.
Okay, what's your number?
I have Fletcher at 12 points a game.
I have Fletcher at 12.2 points a game, Cart. So we're very aligned. That would make it down to 12.1 for his average. That puts him just ahead of Heidi on our projections. Fletch, 10 points a game last season, and he shot the lights out, but Lance Jones took a lot of his shots. So it would reason to believe with Lance Jones gone, maybe he just shoots it a little more and he gets a small scoring bump.
Yep, that's kind of where I was leaning with it.
Is there any world where Fletch scores like 15 a game? Could happen.
It could because, I mean, you got to think he's a guy who back-to-back years basically averaged 10 points a game, 11 points a game, whatever it was. There is a world where he does make that jump. I don't see it, though.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's unlikely, but I think it could happen. But third leading scorer on this team, I think would be a good development for Fletch for sure. Okay. My fifth name is Miles Colvin. Is that your fifth
I have
name?
Miles Coleman at 5 as well.
Okay. What's your points per game for Miles?
9 points a game for Miles.
We're aligned right now. I like it. I have 9.3 for Miles Colvin, which means we're going to round up for Miles.
Hey,
9.2 is the number for Miles Colvin with our collab. Just under 10 points a game. I feel pretty good in that. Somebody's going to kind of have to be like the odd man out of that Heidi Loyer Colvin group. I thought there was a chance you'd put Colvin ahead of Fletch, Cart. I really did.
I almost got there. I did.
And then you remembered who Fletch is?
Yeah, I remember Fletch is still Fletch.
Yeah. And Miles still, like, even if he is like really good, like shot maker, they're not gonna like give him the ball and let him score much. It's just
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Is there anything that Fletch does better than Miles Colvin?
Yeah.
Better defender.
Put the ball in the deck. Yeah.
He's better at putting the ball in the deck?
I don't trust Miles Colvin to dribble at all. Like not even dribble once.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Fletch isn't like a let's run him through ball screens, but like Fletch gets buckets occasionally, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, for sure. Okay.
I think Colvin is like run and dunk and shoot wide open threes.
All right. With you. All right.
It's a good role for that. Like 9 points a game doing that, I think would be a big leap for Miles this year for sure.
100%.
Okay. From here, this could go a bunch of different directions. Who's the sixth leading scorer on your list?
I had Daniel Jacobson.
So did I. I'm shocked you have DJ because I know you don't like him very much.
Yeah, but like it's once you get to this point, the points are not very much far away, though. That's the thing.
What's your number for Daniel Jacobson?
6.
We're so aligned. I have 6.1.
Why? So you just wanted to put decimals, huh?
We're gonna give him 6.1. We're gonna keep rounding up. Is that a good first year?
If I can get like 6'5" and almost a block out of Daniel Jacobson as a freshman, I would take that. Yeah.
So here's my thing. I was thinking about this. I wanted to make this number higher because I think he'll start at the 5. But then I realized I don't think we can say Daniel Jacobson is going to score more than TKR did last year, right? Like
No.
on paper, scoring's not really Daniel Jacobson's game to me. So to me, you care about the rebounding numbers, you care about the block numbers. If he starts, I think just by default he'll get to 6 points a game. If he doesn't start, I do think there's a world here where we're too high with this number. Like there is a world where Jacobson just like doesn't score in his freshman season much at all.
Like, what would that look like? Like 3 points a game?
Like 3 or 4, depending on the minutes. Like I don't think they're going to be running any action for Daniel Jacobson at all.
Gotcha. All right.
But I mean, he's big. When you're the size that he is, if you just play minutes, you're going to be productive. Okay, who's 7th? Who's next on your list?
So I got 2 guys that are tied at 4 points a game. I got CJ Cox and Caleb First.
Ooh, we flipped these guys. Let's just go in order quickly. My order down the rest of the list is Ja'Cory Harris, then Will Berg, then CJ Cox, then Caleb First. And your order is the opposite. What's your order down the list?
It's Cox first, Ja'Cory Harris, and then Will Berg.
You're gonna have Will Berg at 0?
No.
Okay. So we can do your list. What do you have? You have 4 points for CJ Cox?
I have 4 for Cox, 4 for First, 3
Hold
for
on.
Ja'Cory.
Let me do some math, sir.
Sorry,
Let me do some math. CJ Cox, you have at 4. I have CJ Cox at 3.4, which means we average him out to 3.7. Next up, you had Caleb First at 4.
Yes.
I had Caleb First at 2.2, which is exactly what he scored last year. So 6 point. That's 3.1 for Caleb First. A little bit of a jump from Caleb. Ja'Cory Harris, you have at what?
3.
I have Ja'Cory Harris at 4.7. I think that's a little low on your end for Ja'Cory Harris. 3.9 is what that averages out to. And Will Berg, I have at 4.1. What do you have?
I have Will Berg at 1.
So 5.1 divided by 2 is 2.6. Okay. Should I read these back?
Yes, I think you should.
Braden Smith, 17.1 points a game. TKR, 13.8 points a game. I'm also going to add these as we go. Fletcher Loyer, 12.1 points a game. Cam Heidi, 11.8 points a game. Miles Colvin, 9.2 points a game. Daniel Jacobson, 6.1 points a game. Ja'Cory Harris, 3.9 points a game. CJ Cox, 3.7 points a game. Caleb First, 3.1 points a game. Will Berg, 2.6 points a game. You add it all together, it's 83.4 points a game. That's a slight uptick from last year. But remember, with per game numbers, like 2 of these guys aren't going to play every game. So you would realistically drop like 5 points from this. That would get Purdue to around 78 points a game, which I think feels like a good projection.
It does. That feels about right. Good on us.
Good on us. That went way smoother than I thought.
Good on us.
Purdue fans, let us know not to do that, guy, but like let us know in the comments what we got right and what we got wrong. I'm actually really curious, like who you think we're too high and too low on here.